Hello, good evening. My name is Onyinye and welcome to Womiba channel. And today, I'll be telling you how you should budget, how you can budget your life out of poverty. Most times we don't realize the money mistakes we are making because we don't have budget and plan. And again, we, we as an Africans, we have this black tax. And again, people don't realize how deep this black tax can, make us go. And before we know it, we don't have anything to fall back on in the hard times or during the austerity measures or whatever, hardship, everything. So because life can be challenging if you don't plan well, life can be challenging, and the money mistakes can be aggravating, and again it can cause many pains in your relationship, in your career, in your progress, in your self-development, in your financial stability. Money problems, don't ever pray to have it. If you have money problems, you might struggle, and again, help, when you have money problems, help don't come the way they should come. So you don't dictate how the help will come. So that's why it is always good to stay on track with your money. So today I'll be telling you about 50. In my own case, I like to put it this way: 50-30-20 rule. This is the rule that can take you out of poverty. So what is this 50-30-20 rule? It is called needs and wants and savings. So instead of us to do 50-30-20, we will do 50-20-30, which means the 50 is our needs, the 20 is our wants, the 30 is our savings, retirement package, emergency funds, upgrade, and future, saving for our future, our, everything. Because as they break, we are getting old. So you might wake up, you're already 60 or you're already 70 years. That's it runs so fast that you can't even start to imagine. So now, what are the needs? What are the needs of an average adult? I will not say average now, let me say adult. Anybody that is from some country says from 16 to, from 16 and above. Some countries say from 18 above, some say from 21 above. So whichever is working where you are in your own location. An adult from this country is 18. I believe it's the same with Nigeria. I believe it's the same with Ghana. I believe it's the same with Cameroon. I believe it's the same with South Africa. So if you're already 18 years, you have to start managing your money. Because that 18 years, most of us are going to university. Most of us are going to training. Most of us are going to into maybe military. So once we are 18, our lives are like this. We got different routes. Because if you check the people you attended primary school or secondary school with, most of you are scattered, most of you are doing business, most are in academics, most are working for government. So that's the way life is in general. So today, what is this 50% that we put in the needs? So what are the needs? What are the needs of an average adult? Maybe working, maybe not working, maybe whatever is the situation. An average adult have to have these needs, basic needs. It must be provided maybe by government, maybe by family members, maybe by parents. Sometimes our parents can be a very good support system. Even in our adult life, they keep supporting. So this 50% we have given to these needs, what are they? Okay, number one, from housing, rent, mortgage, and from utility to insurance, from insurance to minimum debt repayments. Because most of us are borrowing to go to university. Maybe you are in the country where you don't need to borrow to go to university. Maybe family members are sponsoring in these needs, because housing is where the money goes. Like, that's housing is what, eats deep. It can eat from 25% to 30%. That's the highest when you're budgeting. So what is your rent? Is your rent you're paying more than 30% of the money you're receiving monthly or annually? If you want to do annually, you can do. If you want to do monthly, but me, I do monthly budgets. So it breaks it down with, activities. But in the general year, I know how much, I know how much I'll be expecting and how much I'm allocating, so that I will have something to fall back on. So now, this 50%, we like to say, I don't know, we are taught in school that your rent should not be more than 25% to 30%. Some people, in that 50%. So the remaining 20% can be your car insurance, your house insurance, and your utility, lights, gas. If you're in Nigeria, probably you're buying petrol. That's where it goes. You budget it. Probably if you're still in Nigeria, you're using gas cooker. Maybe you need to refill the gas, because the gas itself is what cooks our food, and so humans, they need that. Then the food, because that's where people get confused. Food is in the needs, because an average human being need food to survive. So basically, need is what you can do to survive. It's not asking you. It's not asking you what you can keep. No. In this 50%, you have to allocate whatever money that you are spending in providing shelter over your head, gas, electricity, fuel in the car, fuel in generator if you're from African country, because where I come from in Nigeria, we are still using gen to make sure that we retain maybe 60 or 80% of light in the house. So that's actually the way Nigeria is structured at the moment. I don't know whether things might have changed, because I've not been home quite for some time. So now let's move over to want. Want is 20%. I like to say that want is 20% because of the obvious reasons attached to this want. Because wants have to do with your dining out, restaurant, ashebi, and and the leisure center. You go to leisure, your gym, your massage, things that can make you focus about your job. That's 50% is all about. Because if your salary is low and you are already where you cannot spend 25% to 30%, please downsize. It's better you downsize and get things in order with your life, because I'm coming to 30% after finishing the 20%, which is want. The 20% is want. Leisure, your leisure, we need that subscription for your television to listen to news. We need that, but they are not something that we cannot do without. Subscription to Netflix and all that, and treats you give to yourself by dining out, or ashebi, maybe family member is having a wedding, you have to buy clothes, you have to put it there, they have to inform you on time. Because most of the thing is this: we like to pity people that make us go above our spending limits, then we complain later. No, nobody should push you. If they didn't inform you on time about ashebi, Tell them that you need to put it, if it's the same month, tell them that you need to put it in the other month, the month following the day, following the day maybe you had that conversation. Because if anybody wants you to come and do ashebi, because ashebi is not what you plan to do with your 50%, where you're paying rent, gas, council tax if you're in London, many bills there. Because without that 50% being allocated to that allocated to the needs, you might have problem. So number 2 in the list is that 20%, which is the leisure, the entertainment. I have said it. So let's go back to 30%. Why I put it at 30%? Because in this 30%, it determines how far, how good you will fare in your old age. Because what it means is this: it means two things. Your retirement, how do you invest in your retirement? I know most of you might say pension, but where I come from, pension is not reliable. So I don't know whether things have changed now, but I'm saying things based on my last home trip I did last 2 or 3 years. So let's come back now to this this one now, which is savings. Your retirement package, how are you saving it? Your future self-development, how are you doing all that, saving for it? Because if you want a new car, you don't just go to your salary and dip hand and buy a new car. You have to put it in budget so that it will not come against your financial strength. Because when you want to neglect this one, probably when you're getting old, things might happen and you are not strong enough to do any job to earn more. So that's why you need to think about it. So I want you to pay attention to this 50, 20 and 30 rule, because more money is supposed to go to where the savings are, because they are retirement package, they are financial whatever saving organization. There are many people now that wants you to be better with your money. In all the local council I've seen in UK, they have citizen advice bureau. If they don't have citizen advice bureau, there are people that you can take off for from council and ask them to give you a number of somebody that you know that you can speak to. Then that's fine. So, but in this savings, if you divide it into 3, then you will be better. Because what it means is this: your savings, your retirement, and your future financial stability savings. Because if at all you need to downsize, maybe you are living in 6-story building and maybe you started having knee, like you can't be climbing staircase when there's no lift and all that. So now look at where the money comes in. You might say savings is for anything you want to do, but here it comes. You wouldn't want somebody that you know that you can afford to help to get treatment to just go down because of these ailments. So do it for yourself as well. Do it for yourself. Put some money in your future. Put some money in your retirement home, because sometimes the house we lived when we are young are not conducive, will not be conducive to us when we start getting old. Maybe like people that live in high-rise building and stuff like that. So you have to think about it. And here you can follow this thing. If you are not meeting up, you have to downsize. and it will be for a short period of time that I'm downsizing till like 3 years. I've done 2 years downsizing, so I'm still waiting for another, because I want to do it 5 years to make sure I get myself engaged on something. So now, winning over poverty or winning over anything depends on how serious, determination, and how you understand that at your certain age in your life that this might be the case. So this is where we'll end this video because it's getting long. So if you have anything to say about this topic, drop it down. But make sure you're practicing 50-20-30 rule. That by me, because it's supposed to be 50-30-20. No, but the money you should allocate for retirement should be a bit more. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have subscribed and keep on watching Womiba Finance. Thank you so much for staying with us, for staying with me.